At dawn, before the city fully wakes, a soft chorus rises from rooftops and tangled wires. It is not loud, not dramatic, and rarely noticed, yet it is everywhere. In the quiet gap between night and morning, small shapes flicker through the air, darting from gutter to tree branch, from hedge to cracked concrete ledge. Their wings beat fast, their movements sharp and alert, as if the world itself demands constant attention. These birds do not rule the skies like eagles, nor vanish into deep forests like shy songbirds. Instead, they live where people live. They share our streets, our farms, our towns and cities. They hop across sidewalks, forage beneath cafe tables, and nest in the forgotten corners of buildings. Their presence is so constant that it becomes invisible, and yet without them, something familiar would quietly disappear. This is the world of the sparrow, a world woven into our own. The sparrow, most commonly represented by the house sparrow, Passer domesticus, is one of the most widespread and recognizable birds on Earth. Small-bodied, short-tailed, and sturdy in build, sparrows are often dismissed as ordinary. Their brown and gray feathers blend easily into walls, soil, and dust. They do not dazzle with bright colors or elaborate songs. But what makes the sparrow remarkable is not beauty, it is resilience. Few wild animals have adapted so completely to human presence. Wherever humans settle, sparrows tend to follow. From bustling megacities to quiet rural villages, they have learned to survive on the edges of our routines, feeding on scraps, seeds, and insects disturbed by daily life. They are observers, opportunists, and survivors, thriving in a world that is constantly changing. Originally native to parts of Europe, Asia, and North Africa, sparrows have spread across nearly every continent. Today, they can be found in the Americas, Australia, and many island regions, introduced both intentionally and accidentally through human expansion. Unlike birds that depend on specific forests, wetlands, or coastlines, sparrows prefer environments shaped by people. Cities, towns, farms, and suburbs form their ideal habitat. Brick walls replace cliffs, roof tiles replace rocky crevices, street trees and hedges stand in for natural woodland edges. Wherever there are buildings, food waste, and small patches of greenery, sparrows find a way to belong. Life for a sparrow is shaped by constant exposure. There are no deep forests or remote mountains to retreat into, only open streets, bare branches, and the unpredictable rhythms of human activity. In warmer months, abundance defines their days. Insects swarm, seeds are plentiful, and breeding season fills the air with movement and noise. Sparrows gather in loose flocks, chattering endlessly, raising multiple broods in a single year. Nests appear in vents, signboards, roof gaps, and dense shrubs. But as seasons shift, challenges emerge. Cold weather strips the land of insects. Rain and wind soak feathers that must remain light for flight. Food becomes scarce, and survival depends on efficiency and memory, remembering where crumbs fall, where seeds spill, where warmth lingers near human structures. Unlike migratory birds, sparrows stay. They face winter head-on, relying on cooperation, shelter, and relentless adaptability. Each day becomes a calculation: when to forage, when to hide, when to conserve energy. In this exposed world, danger is constant. Predators watch from above and below. Human environments change overnight. A building renovation can erase dozens of nests. A single harsh winter can thin entire populations. Yet still, the sparrow endures. It does not conquer nature. It negotiates with it. It survives not through strength or dominance, but through flexibility, awareness, and persistence. And to truly understand that resilience, we must first explore the world it calls home, a landscape shaped as much by concrete and glass as by trees and soil. The sparrow's habitat is not defined by untouched wilderness or dramatic landscapes. Instead, it exists in the spaces humans often overlook: the narrow gaps between buildings, the tangled hedges along roadsides, the quiet corners of farms and marketplaces. This is a world shaped by stone, steel, and soil, disturbed by constant activity. In cities, sparrows thrive among rooftops, balconies, street trees, and power lines. Warm air leaks from buildings during cold months, creating pockets of shelter. Cracks in walls and signage become nesting sites. Even the rhythm of traffic offers opportunity, as insects are stirred from the ground and food scraps appear where people gather. Beyond the city, in rural areas and farmland, the landscape shifts but remains familiar. Hedgerows, barns, fences, and crop fields provide both cover and food. Grain spills from storage areas, seeds scatter during harvest, and insects flourish in cultivated soil. Sparrows move easily between human-made structures and natural elements, rarely confined to one environment alone. Climate plays a crucial role in shaping these habitats. Sparrows favor temperate regions, but demonstrate remarkable tolerance to heat and cold. Their success lies not in controlling the environment, but in reading it, understanding where warmth lingers, where wind is blocked, and where food predictably appears. The sparrow does not live alone in these shared landscapes. Its world is crowded with life, both wild and human-associated. Pigeons and starlings compete for space on rooftops and ledges. Finches and swallows cross paths in gardens and open fields. Insects, beetles, flies, ants, and caterpillars form a critical food source, especially during breeding season. Predators are always present. Cats stalk from below, using fences and parked cars as cover. Birds of prey circle overhead, watching for moments of distraction. Even corvids, intelligent and adaptable, may raid nests when given the chance. Yet sparrows are not passive participants in this ecosystem. Their constant movement and alert calls serve as early warnings, sometimes benefiting other small birds nearby. In mixed species flocks, their presence adds vigilance to the group, increasing overall survival. Plants, too, are part of this interconnected system. Weeds, grasses, and shrubs provide seeds and shelter. In return, sparrows help disperse seeds and control insect populations, subtly shaping the balance of life around them. Despite their modest size, sparrows play a crucial ecological role in human-dominated environments. As omnivores, they help regulate insect populations, consuming large numbers of pests during breeding season. This natural control reduces the spread of insects that can damage crops or spread disease. Their foraging behavior also contributes to nutrient cycling. By feeding on the ground and moving between locations, sparrows redistribute organic matter, enriching soil in small but consistent ways. Their droppings, often dismissed as a nuisance, return nutrients to the ecosystem, supporting plant growth. Sparrows also serve as a vital food source for predators. Their abundance supports urban and rural food webs, sustaining hawks, owls, and mammals that have adapted to living near humans. When sparrow populations decline, these predators feel the impact as well, revealing how deeply interconnected even common species can be. Perhaps most importantly, sparrows act as ecological indicators. Because they live so closely alongside people, changes in their numbers often reflect broader environmental shifts: pollution levels, insect decline, habitat loss, or changes in urban planning. A silent street, once filled with sparrow chatter, can signal a deeper imbalance in the ecosystem. Life in this shared world demands constant awareness. Shelter can vanish overnight. Food sources shift with seasons and human habits. Predators adapt just as quickly as prey. For the sparrow, survival is not guaranteed by abundance alone. Every day is shaped by movement, timing, and decision-making in a landscape that offers opportunity and danger in equal measure. But survival here is never simple. The land itself, shaped by weather, human design, and relentless change, can be as much a predator as any living creature. At first glance, the sparrow's body appears simple, small, compact, and unremarkable. But every feature is finely tuned for survival in a fast-changing, human-shaped world. Its short, conical beak is one of its greatest tools. Strong and efficient, it is designed to crack seeds, pick up grains, and snatch insects with equal ease. This versatility allows the sparrow to thrive on a wide-ranging diet, shifting effortlessly between plant and animal food sources as conditions change. The sparrow's plumage, dominated by shades of brown, gray, and black, offers natural camouflage. Against dirt, stone, tree bark, and concrete, the bird blends almost seamlessly into its surroundings. This subtle coloring reduces visibility to predators and allows sparrows to forage in open areas with slightly less risk. Their wings are short and rounded, built for rapid bursts of flight rather than long-distance travel. This design allows sparrows to take off quickly, dart through tight spaces, and change direction mid-air, crucial skills in crowded environments filled with obstacles and threats. Their legs are strong for their size, perfectly suited for hopping rather than walking, enabling quick movements across uneven ground. Even their senses are adapted for constant alertness. Sharp vision helps detect motion from predators, while acute hearing picks up alarm calls from other birds. In a world where danger can come from any direction, awareness is survival. A sparrow's day begins early. As light creeps across rooftops and fields, they emerge from sheltered roosts, feathers slightly fluffed to conserve warmth. The first priority is food. Foraging takes place on the ground, among low vegetation, or near human activity where crumbs, seeds, and insects are likely to be found. They feed in short, focused bursts, pausing frequently to scan their surroundings. Heads tilt, bodies freeze, then movement resumes. This constant stop-and-go rhythm reflects a life lived under threat, where vigilance is as important as nourishment. Midday often brings grooming. Sparrows meticulously preen, aligning feathers, removing parasites, and maintaining waterproofing. Clean feathers are not cosmetic, they are essential for insulation and efficient flight. Dust baths are common, with birds wriggling in dry soil to control mites and keep plumage healthy. As evening approaches, activity intensifies again. Food must be gathered before nightfall, when temperatures drop and predators become more active. At dusk, sparrows gather at communal roosting sites, settling close together to conserve heat and provide safety in numbers. Sparrows are highly social birds. Rarely solitary, they live in loose flocks that shift in size and composition throughout the year. This social lifestyle offers clear advantages. More eyes mean earlier detection of predators. Shared information helps individuals locate reliable food sources. Within these groups, communication is constant. Short chirps signal alarm, aggression, or submission. Rapid calls maintain contact during flight. While sparrow songs may seem simple compared to those of forest birds, they are rich with meaning, forming the foundation of social cohesion. During breeding season, social bonds become more complex. Males defend small territories around nesting sites, often engaging in brief but intense displays. Females choose mates based on location, behavior, and subtle physical cues. Despite competition, colonies often nest close together, creating noisy, bustling communities woven into buildings and vegetation. Parental cooperation is another key adaptation. Both parents participate in feeding and protecting chicks, making repeated trips from nest to foraging ground. This shared effort increases survival rates in environments where danger and scarcity are constant risks. Yet sparrow society is flexible. Alliances shift, dominance is temporary, survival favors adaptability over strict hierarchy. The sparrow's strength lies not in any single trait, but in the harmony between body and behavior.
Its size allows it to hide. Its social nature allows it to learn. Its routines balance caution with opportunity. But the true test of these adaptations comes with time. As days shorten, temperatures drop, and food disappears, survival becomes a seasonal challenge, one that pushes even the most adaptable creatures to their limits. Yet the most fascinating part of the sparrow's life is not in the way it looks, but in the way it moves through the rhythm of the seasons.
For the sparrow, the year is not divided by calendars, but by availability. Light, temperature, and food shape every decision, every movement. As seasons turn, the familiar landscapes of streets, farms, and gardens transform, sometimes subtly, sometimes overnight. Spring brings renewal. Insects return, seeds sprout, and nesting begins in earnest. Energy once spent merely on survival is redirected toward reproduction. Sparrows become restless and vocal, their movements faster, their days longer. Multiple broods may be raised in a single season, each one a gamble against weather and predation. Summer offers abundance, but also exposure. Heat can be as dangerous as cold. Sparrows seek shade beneath eaves and foliage, panting lightly to release excess heat. Water becomes essential. Puddles, dripping pipes, and garden fountains turn into lifelines. During this time, young birds must learn quickly how to forage, how to recognize danger, how to navigate a crowded world. Autumn marks a turning point. Insects fade, plants dry, and days shorten. Sparrows shift their diet more heavily toward seeds and human-associated food sources. Flocks grow larger as breeding territories dissolve, and communal living becomes a strategy for the coming cold. Then comes winter, the ultimate test. Cold strips energy relentlessly. Each night demands enough stored warmth to survive until morning. Food is scarce, unpredictable, and often buried beneath snow or frozen ground. Sparrows must balance the risk of exposure against the need to eat. A single miscalculation can be fatal. Seasonal stress sharpens the danger posed by predators. Birds of prey hunt more aggressively in winter when other food sources decline. Urban raptors learn sparrow routines, striking near feeding areas and roosts. On the ground, cats become persistent threats, particularly in snowy conditions where sparrow movements are more visible. Weather itself becomes a predator. Prolonged cold weakens individuals. Ice coats feathers. Sudden storms catch flocks in the open. Unlike larger birds, sparrows cannot rely on fat reserves alone. Survival depends on daily success. Human activity adds another layer of risk. Winter pruning removes shelter. Renovations seal off nesting cavities. Pesticide use reduces already limited insect populations. Even well-intentioned urban cleanliness can strip away food sources that sparrows quietly depend on. To survive these challenges, sparrows rely on a suite of finely tuned behaviors rather than dramatic feats of endurance. One of the most important is communal roosting. On cold nights, sparrows gather tightly in sheltered spaces, thick hedges, roof cavities, dense vines. By sharing body heat, they reduce individual energy loss. The warmth of the group can mean the difference between life and death. Timing is another survival tool. Sparrows learn when and where food appears. Early morning bakery waste, lunchtime foot traffic, livestock feeding schedules. This knowledge is not instinct alone. It is learned, shared, and passed through flock behavior. Vigilance never fades. Even in hunger, sparrows maintain constant awareness. Alarm calls ripple instantly through groups, sending birds scattering in coordinated bursts. This rapid response minimizes losses and reinforces the value of social living. Flexibility defines everything. When one food source disappears, another is sought. When shelter is lost, new spaces are explored.
Sparrows do not cling to tradition, they adapt, often within days, sometimes within hours. Perhaps the most remarkable behavior is endurance through repetition. Day after day, season after season, sparrows face the same risks with no certainty of success. There is no single dramatic migration, no long sleep through winter. Survival is earned daily through countless small decisions made correctly just often enough. The sparrow's survival through the seasons is not heroic in the traditional sense. There are no grand journeys or epic battles. Instead, there is persistence, quiet, relentless, and easily overlooked. Yet, as formidable as weather and predators may be, they are not the greatest challenge sparrows face. A more powerful force shapes their future, one that changes landscapes faster than seasons ever could. But no challenge is greater than the one brought by humankind.
Few wild animals have lived alongside humans for as long as the sparrow. As agriculture spread and permanent settlements emerged, sparrows followed closely behind. Fields of grain, stored harvests, and clustered buildings created ideal conditions for a bird already skilled at exploiting opportunity. Over centuries, sparrows became woven into daily human life, symbols of familiarity, humility, and persistence in cultures across the world. They were never deliberately domesticated, yet they adapted to us as thoroughly as any companion species. Markets, farms, and villages became their ecosystems. In return, sparrows helped control insects and cleaned up scattered food waste. Their presence was once so common that it was taken for granted, a background sound to human civilization. But familiarity can breed neglect. In recent decades, sparrow populations have declined sharply in many regions, particularly in large cities. The causes are not singular, but cumulative. Urban development has grown more efficient and less forgiving. Modern buildings seal off the cracks, crevices, and cavities that sparrows once used for nesting. Glass, steel, and smooth concrete replace older structures that offered shelter. Renovation projects often remove entire nesting colonies in a single season. Food sources have also changed. Cleaner streets, sealed waste containers, and reduced grain spillage mean fewer reliable meals. Meanwhile, the widespread use of pesticides has dramatically reduced insect populations, depriving sparrows, especially chicks, of essential protein during breeding season. Air pollution and noise add further stress, affecting communication and health. Climate change intensifies extreme weather, disrupting breeding cycles and increasing mortality during heat waves and cold snaps alike. Ironically, the very adaptability that once allowed the sparrow to flourish alongside humans now leaves them vulnerable to rapid, large-scale environmental change. Unlike rare or exotic animals, sparrows often receive little focused attention. Their decline is quiet, gradual, and easy to overlook. Yet conservationists increasingly recognize that protecting common species is just as important as saving endangered ones. Simple, localized efforts have proven effective. Installing nesting boxes on buildings can replace lost natural cavities. Preserving hedgerows, shrubs, and small green spaces provide shelter and foraging areas. Reducing pesticide use allows insect populations to recover, benefiting not only sparrows but entire urban ecosystems. Community-led initiatives play a vital role. Citizen science projects that track sparrow numbers help identify problem areas and measure recovery. Educational programs encourage people to see sparrows not as pests, but as indicators of environmental health. Even small actions, providing shallow water sources, planting native vegetation, or leaving sections of gardens less manicured, can create microhabitats that support sparrow populations.
The sparrow's story challenges the way we think about conservation. It reminds us that nature does not exist only in distant forests or protected reserves. It lives on our balconies, in our parks, and along our streets. When sparrows disappear, it is not just one species that fades. It is a signal that our shared environment is becoming less livable, less forgiving, less alive. Protecting sparrows does not require grand gestures. It requires attention, awareness, a willingness to design human spaces that leave room for other lives to persist alongside our own. In the end, the fate of this creature will not be decided by its strength, speed, or adaptability. Those qualities have carried it far already. Its future now rests in human hands, in the choices we make about how we build, how we live, and how much space we are willing to share. In the end, the fate of this creature will depend not on its strength, but on ours.
The sparrow's journey is not marked by distant migrations or dramatic displays of power. It is measured in moments. A quick hop across a sidewalk, a flutter into a hedge, a shared roost on a cold night. Through every season, it has endured by reading the world closely and responding without hesitation. We have seen how the sparrow shapes its life around ours, nesting in the shadows of buildings, feeding in the margins of human activity, and adapting its behavior to an environment that never stands still. We have followed it through crowded cities and open farmland, through abundance and scarcity, through heat and cold. At every step, survival has depended not on dominance, but on balance. The sparrow is not a relic of the wild. It is a living thread that ties nature directly into our daily lives. Imagine a morning without that familiar chorus. Streets still busy, buildings still standing, but quieter in a way that feels wrong. The absence would be subtle, yet deeply unsettling. No flutter of wings from a nearby tree, no small shapes scattering as footsteps approach. The sparrow does not demand attention. It does not ask to be admired. It simply exists, persistent and observant, reminding us that life finds a way even in the most altered landscapes. Its presence brings warmth to otherwise cold spaces, movement to rigid structures, and sound to silence. When we pause long enough to notice a sparrow, we notice something else as well: the fragile harmony between human life and the natural world. A harmony that can be broken not by cruelty alone, but by indifference. The wild does not begin at the edge of a forest. It begins where we choose to make space for it. If a small, unassuming bird can adapt so completely to our world, then perhaps we too can learn to adapt, to build, to grow, and to live in ways that leave room for other lives to endure. Because when the sparrow thrives, it is not only the bird that survives. It is a reminder that coexistence is still possible, and that the future of nature may depend not on distant wilderness, but on the quiet choices we make every day.